Hey YouTube, it's me, and it's been a long time, but about 2 years ago I started a Gazelle series, and in those videos I discussed how to load and unload your mat, how to adjust the standard blade holder, and my initial thoughts of the machine. And in the recent months, a few people have asked me to extend the videos and should just do some more. And so one thing that I always read and have experienced myself is the Gazelle doesn't always cut when you want it to. And I tell you, it is a very frustrating thing when you are ready to cut, you have everything all set up on your virtual mat and on your actual mat, and you get ready to cut and the machine doesn't do anything. So hopefully this video will help lessen some of the frustration that you may experience with these troubleshooting techniques. Okay, so the first thing about the Gazelle, it is a very particular machine. She is not a machine that likes change. She must be plugged into the same USB port each and every time. If you don't, she will not cut. Okay? She is not a woman of change. So that's the very first thing, to make sure that when you first install your machine and you plug her into the same port. Now, if you don't, what'll end up happening is, number one, it won't cut. It will also download a different cut, I can't even think of the word, cutter software. And what'll end up happening is, if you alternate between the two, you may end up cutting an older file. Okay, so number one, as I said, make sure you plug her into the same USB port each and every time. The second thing you want to do is make sure, it doesn't matter what program you're using, make the cut fun time or sure cuts a lot. You want to go to your file tab, go to print. Now we know that this is not a printer, but you want to make sure that your CUT OK DC330 printer is selected. Okay, and as you can see, I actually have two, and the reason why, as I just explained, is I put her, or plugged the machine into a different USB port, and my original one, it couldn't communicate with the machine or with the computer, and it will download another one. So I can actually delete this one, but I kept it on here just for this for the purpose of the video. Okay, so you would like to select your cut file and then you hit OK. Alright, so now you're ready to cut. You have it plugged into the same hole, USB port. You have it selected as your printer, even though it's a cutter. And the machine still doesn't want to cut. Okay, as I explained in another video, you have to make sure that this button here, this is your play pause button, you want to make sure that it is turned off. When it's turned off, you can adjust the speed as well as the force. Okay, when this button is off, this is how you load and unload your mat. If you are doing a print to cut or print and cut, these buttons, and then this is your test cut button. Okay, so you want to make sure this is off. Now your machine should be ready to cut. Alright, so you've done all the steps and you find that, hey, your machine still doesn't cut. This does happen from time to time. I don't know why, but it does. So what you want to do is turn your machine off and then turn off your program. Okay, wait a couple minutes, do something else, and we'll just act like a minute passed. Okay, so then you want to open up your program first, and then you want to turn on your machine, and you want to make sure that you hear this chime. It'll come on, and then that'll let you know that the machine is communicating with the computer. And it should be at any moment. You normally hear a little chime and it just go doom doo doo doom. But of course I'm doing a video and it's not doing it. So anyway, you should hear an indication that the machine is ready to cut. My computer normally makes a noise, so I don't know what's going on with it. But again, that's normally how it happens when you're doing a video. Things doesn't work the way it's supposed to. But anyway, so you did all of the steps. You turned the machine off, and you turned off your software, turned the software back on, and you turned the cutter back on. They should now be communicating, and you should be ready to cut. So I hope that this helped someone out. I know that it can be a very frustrating thing. I know that I have been very frustrated, but I know that by doing these steps, it lessened the frustration that I've experienced, and it is the way that I do it. It may be another way, but I know that this method works. So thank you all for watching. Have a good day. Bye.